Welcome to another exciting episode of Latodio, where we bring you a world of books in minutes and insights for life. If you're an entrepreneur, business leader, or someone looking to level up in life, you're in the right place. Today, we're discussing Traction by Gino Wickman, a game-changing book that can help you gain control of your business and turn your vision into reality. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to feel like you're chasing your tail, spinning your wheels, or getting lost in the chaos. Traction offers a blueprint for creating structure, clarity, and focus. It's packed with tools and systems that can help you streamline your operations, solve problems, and keep your team aligned. Whether you're just starting out or have an established business, this book has actionable lessons that can transform your approach and bring real results. In this episode, we're going to break down Traction in a way that makes it practical and relatable. First, we'll give you a quick introduction to the book and the Entrepreneurial Operating System (EOS) it presents. Then, we'll go chapter by chapter, diving into the main concepts, stories, and lessons Gino shares. And of course, we'll highlight the key takeaways at the end so you leave with clear, actionable insights. So, get ready to take some notes and gain a new perspective on how to create lasting traction in your business and life. Let's get started. Traction, Get a Grip on Your Business by Gino Wickman is a powerful guide for entrepreneurs and business leaders looking to take their companies to the next level. At its core, the book introduces the Entrepreneurial Operating System (EOS), a practical framework designed to help business owners clarify their vision, gain traction, and achieve long-term success. Wickman's approach is rooted in his years of experience working with small to mid-sized businesses. He distills complex business concepts into actionable steps, focusing on 6 key components of a successful business: vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction. The book is not just theory. It's a hands-on manual that offers real-world tools to solve common challenges that many entrepreneurs face. The impact of Traction has been significant. It has empowered thousands of businesses to grow more effectively by providing a clear roadmap to streamline operations, align teams, and set measurable goals. By reading this book, business owners gain the tools to transform their chaotic and often overwhelming work environment into one that's focused, purposeful, and results-driven. Whether you're a new business owner or a seasoned entrepreneur, Traction offers the structure and insights you need to get a firm grip on your company's future. Chapter 1. The Entrepreneurial Operating System (EOS). So the book kicks off with the introduction of EOS, the framework that will guide the entire journey. Gino explains that many entrepreneurs are stuck, overwhelmed, or just spinning their wheels. EOS is meant to solve that by providing structure. What really stood out to me was how Gino talks about the 6 key components of a business: vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction. EOS helps align these components, making sure everything is working toward the same goals. What's interesting is that Gino didn't just come up with this out of thin air. He's worked with over 100 companies, and EOS is the result of years of experience. The chapter sets up the tone for the rest of the book, showing that businesses don't have to feel chaotic. With a clear system in place, you can focus on what matters. Chapter 2. Vision. In this chapter, Gino dives deep into the first key component: vision. A lot of business owners think they have a vision, but Gino argues that it's about clarity and alignment. Your leadership team needs to be on the same page about the vision. He shares a really simple but powerful tool, the Vision/Traction Organizer (V/2), which helps you document your vision and keep it front and center. What I loved about this chapter is how Gino makes the point that it's not enough just to have a vision. It needs to be clear and shared by everyone in the company. Without clarity, the team's efforts are scattered, and that's a huge roadblock to growth. So the key lesson here is, get crystal clear on your vision, document it, and communicate it to everyone. Chapter 3. People. Now, this chapter is all about the people side of the business. Gino emphasizes that having the right people in the right seats is crucial. He introduces the concept of the people analyzer, a tool that helps you assess if your employees fit your company culture and are doing what they're supposed to do. I found it eye-opening how Gino stresses the importance of not just hiring for skill but also for culture fit. He shares examples of companies that thrived when they focused on hiring people who aligned with their values and vision. The big lesson here is that the right team is a game changer. You need to assess whether your people are the right fit and if they're in the right roles to succeed. Chapter 4, Data. Data, in this chapter, is all about measurement. Gino says, what gets measured gets managed, and he emphasizes how important it is to use data to keep track of business performance. He introduces the concept of a scorecard, where you track key metrics that give you an honest view of how the business is performing. I loved how simple Gino makes it. Instead of drowning in endless data points, he recommends focusing on a handful of metrics that really matter. He shares an example of a company that kept track of just a few key metrics and used them to identify issues early on, which helped them stay ahead of the game. The lesson here is, use data to create clarity and don't overcomplicate it. Focus on the numbers that drive results. Chapter 5, Issues. This chapter dives into one of the most important parts of business, solving issues. Every company has issues, but what's crucial is how you handle them. Gino introduces the Issues Solving Track, IDS, a simple 3-step process to identify, discuss, and solve issues. I really liked how Gino broke down the importance of tackling issues head-on instead of avoiding them. He talks about how businesses often avoid tough conversations, which only causes bigger problems down the road. The IDS system is practical. It helps you get to the root of the issue and find effective solutions. The lesson here is, don't sweep problems under the rug. Solve them with a system that helps you get to the core of the issue. Chapter 6, Process. Now, onto processes. Gino emphasizes the importance of documenting and streamlining your processes so that everyone in the company knows the right way to do things. He argues that systems are what make a business scalable and less reliant on the owner. What's cool here is how Gino gives a step-by-step approach to creating processes. He suggests focusing on the major processes first, documenting them, and then making sure they're followed by everyone. This really hit home for me because often businesses grow haphazardly without standard operating procedures, which causes confusion and inefficiency. The key takeaway? Document your processes early and ensure consistency across the team. Chapter 7, Traction. Finally, we get to traction, the concept that ties everything together. In this chapter, Gino explains that traction is about getting things done, putting the vision into action and achieving results. He introduces the concept of rocks, which are the 3 to 7 most important things you need to accomplish in the next 90 days to keep moving forward. The practical tips in this chapter are really helpful, especially around creating a disciplined meeting rhythm. Gino talks about the power of weekly meetings where the leadership team reviews progress, addresses issues, and keeps everyone aligned. The big lesson here is that traction comes from focused action. You can have all the vision and great people in the world, but without action and accountability, it's all just talk. Focus on your rocks, and make sure you're making steady progress toward your goals. Chapter 8, The US Model. In this final chapter, Gino wraps up everything he's discussed and gives you a framework for implementing EOS in your business. He talks about how the system isn't a quick fix, it's a long-term commitment, but the results are worth it. The chapter emphasizes consistency, discipline, and the commitment to sticking with EOS to see real results. What's inspiring about this chapter is the success stories Gino shares of businesses that truly committed to OS and saw incredible growth. It's a reminder that implementing any system, especially one like EOS, takes time, effort, and consistency, but the payoff is huge. The big takeaway is, stick with it. Implementing EOS is a process, but if you commit to it, you'll gain the traction you need to succeed. Traction by Gino Wickman is a comprehensive guide for business owners who are looking for a system to streamline their operations and grow their companies. The biggest lesson I took away is the power of structure and discipline. This gives you the tools to move from chaos to clarity and, ultimately, to traction. Traction by Gino Wickman offers tons of practical lessons for entrepreneurs and business owners. Here are the key takeaways. 1. Vision is everything. Make it clear and shared. Imagine you're driving a car, but you're not sure where you're headed. You might get somewhere, but it's going to be a lot of random detours and backtracking. That's how a business feels when the vision isn't clear. Gino emphasizes that having a shared, crystal clear vision is the foundation of success. It's not enough for you, the founder, to know where you're going. Your team needs to be aligned with that vision too. In the book, he introduces the Vision/Traction Organizer, V/2, which helps you document your vision in a way that everyone in the company understands and rallies behind. For example, let's say you run a tech startup. Your vision might be to be the leading provider of AI tools for small businesses by 2027. It's clear, ambitious, and something your team can get behind. By having a clear vision, everyone knows the direction, and the entire company is working toward that common goal. 2. Right people, right seats. This one really hit home. Gino talks about how essential it is to have the right people on the team and to make sure they're in the right roles. Think about your team like a sports team. If you put a great quarterback in the wrong position, they won't perform at their best. In the book, Gino shares the People Analyzer tool, which helps you assess whether each person in your organization fits the company's culture and is in the right role. It's not just about hiring people who are good at their jobs. They also need to align with your company's values. For example, if you're running a fast-paced e-commerce business, having a team member who thrives on routine might not work if you're constantly pivoting. The key lesson here is to constantly assess if your team is in the right roles and whether they fit your company culture. If not, it's time for a change. 3. Don't overcomplicate things. Focus on the right metrics. A lot of businesses get bogged down in data. There's so much information out there, but not all of it helps you move the needle. Gino talks about how critical it is to track the right metrics, what he calls the scorecard. This means focusing on a handful of key data points that truly tell you how your business is performing. For instance, if you run a dropshipping business, instead of tracking 50 metrics, you might focus on just 3: sales revenue, customer acquisition cost, and conversion rate. These 3 metrics will give you an honest, clear picture of where your business stands. I really like the simplicity of this. It's like cleaning out your closet. You don't need 100 items to feel organized, just the essentials. For solve problems, don't avoid them. One of the biggest hurdles for entrepreneurs is avoiding problems. When things go wrong, it's tempting to either ignore the issue or hope it goes away. Gino introduces the IDS, Identify, Discuss, Solve system for tackling problems head-on. The idea is to face issues directly, talk about them as a team, and find practical solutions. For example, let's say your e-commerce store is facing delays with shipments. Instead of ignoring it or hoping the issue resolves itself, you'd gather the team, clearly identify what's causing the delay, discuss potential solutions, like switching suppliers or improving logistics, and implement the best solution. By using the IDS system, you avoid letting small issues snowball into bigger problems that could hurt your business. 5. Document and streamline your processes. You know how frustrating it can be when you have to explain how to do something over and over to different team members? Or when processes aren't standardized and things get done differently every time? Gino stresses the importance of documenting your processes. If you can document how something should be done, you can scale without chaos. Take a company like Starbucks. They've mastered the art of standardized processes. Whether you're in New York or Tokyo, the experience is the same because they have documented processes for everything, from making coffee to interacting with customers. By creating processes for key parts of your business, sales, marketing, customer service, etc., you ensure consistency and scalability. This is especially helpful if you're growing fast and adding new team members. The lesson here is, don't leave things to chance. Create systems that are repeatable and easy to follow. 6. Focus on traction. Execution is key. This one is simple but powerful. Gino talks about the importance of execution, actually doing what you say you're going to do. He introduces the concept of rocks, which are the 3 to 7 most important tasks you need to accomplish in the next 90 days. These aren't just any tasks, they're the ones that will move your business forward. For example, if you're running a new online store, one of your rocks might be to launch a new product line or increase website traffic by 30%. These are clear, actionable goals that, when completed, help build momentum and move your business toward success. It's about focusing on what matters and making sure everyone is aligned on these big priorities. Without traction, even the best ideas can get stuck in the planning stage. 7. Keep your team aligned with regular meetings. Lastly, Gino emphasizes the importance of regular meetings to keep everyone on track and aligned. He talks about the power of having a weekly Level 10 meeting where the leadership team reviews key metrics, solves issues, and ensures everyone is clear on priorities for the week. Think of it like a huddle in football. Everyone gets together for a quick check-in to make sure you're all on the same page before going back out to execute. This helps keep momentum going and makes sure nothing slips through the cracks. It's a great way to keep your team focused and connected. In summary, traction teaches you to create a system that moves your business from chaos to clarity. The biggest takeaways? Get clear on your vision, put the right people in the right seats, track the right metrics, solve issues head-on, streamline your processes, and keep your team aligned through execution-focused meetings. With these practical tools and lessons, you can get your business on track for long-term success. Thanks for listening to this episode of Litodio. We hope you enjoyed exploring today's book with us. If you're craving more insightful summaries and want to stay inspired, be sure to hit the follow button and subscribe wherever you're listening. We release fresh episodes regularly, so join us next time as we explore another impactful read. We'll link to the book in the description. Until next time, keep listening, learning, and growing with Litodio.